What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been waiting a long time to go ahead and put this video together. But yes, indeed, the public playtest has finally went live for Xdefiant. Sadly, today, I think it is closed up. But the day before, when it did go live, I went and put in a ton of playtime. Again, thank you to everybody who tuned into the stream, hung out with us, watched us basically critique it up and, kind of give our opinion live and in action. Of course, if you guys want to check that out, I will be streaming again today over on Twitch, probably playing a little GTA. So, of course, like I said, the link to that is down in the description of this video. Usually we go live around 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time to maybe 1 p.m. But today I wanted to go ahead and give you guys my 2 cents on the overall public playtest of this game and if it improved from the previous forms. Now, I do want to say, first and foremost, that, it's hard for me not to have a good time with this title. It's very hard. I really do enjoy Xdefiant. Even in the worst of states, it could still bring a smile to my face. I still remember when they first opened up the open playtest, and it was just, it was honestly low-key a disaster. The servers weren't working very well. The hit detection was just god-awful, and even then, I was still able to go ahead and enjoy the game. And still to this current date, there's things that I have to discuss with you guys, but I still had a blast. But I will tell you this right here, right now, even though I had a really good time, a fun time playing it, and I enjoyed it with my friends, I'm not going to let that go ahead and cloud my judgment and, cloud up the things that we have to go ahead and discuss when it comes to this public playtest. First and foremost, the servers were definitely a downgrade, in my opinion. Now, this is a sticky situation, a sticky topic, because I don't really know too much about what this playtest specifically is. First, I really don't believe that these are the official servers that are going to be in the game. Basically, what we're playing right here is, the public playtest, something like Rainbow Six Siege has when it comes to their second Steam client, where you can go into the public playtest area where they test out new operators, new features, new things. That's basically what this was right here. So with that knowledge, it's going to be completely different servers. It's not going to be the same stuff that we've been playing in the previous playtest when it came to the closed and open beta. So realistically, I'm pretty positive that these servers just simply aren't the same that we're going to be playing, hence why they perform way worse. Because I'll be real, over half my gunfights, the engagements just didn't really feel too smooth. Shots weren't registering, especially if you're using iron sights. It's just a disaster. A lot of gunfights are a little, rough, getting shot around corners all the time, to be expected. But I feel like this is throwing a ton of people off when in reality, this isn't the official game. It's not even what we played previously. But again, I do have to state this, for safety reasons. If these are the real servers, and if anybody knows, confirm it down in the comment section, please. I would really appreciate that. But if these are the real servers, if these are the servers that we played in for the previous, closed and open beta, the alphas, all that stuff that they've been working on, then this is a little bit worrying. It really is. I don't believe these servers are, but if they are, this is very worrying because from the alpha to closed to open, everything was extremely smooth. Everything, well, not extremely smooth, but it felt better each and every time. This, no, it feels like a couple of steps backwards, which is a bit worrying, especially when we're trying to approach, an actual launch, for Xdefiant and get it out the door so it can actually compete with other, FPS arcade shooters. But regardless, I don't think it is. I personally think the developers went ahead and added this in, one day, a handful of hours for PC players to test out to make sure that these servers are up, they're good enough, and they can make some work to them because these servers are going to be very crucial for the future of the game because this is where a lot of testing will be done. I'm assuming either new features, new content, so on and so forth. This is where they could perfect it before actually launching it in the game. So we want to make sure that this stuff is good, and I appreciate the direction that they're taking. Again, the direction that Xdefiant has been taking, it has been a bit slow, and I know that it really pushes some people away. But this is the smartest way of going about it, making sure that your game works, making sure it's polished, making sure that it's ready to go and, go out the doors. And if that means we have to wait a little bit and they're going to take their time, they're going to slowly release stuff like this right here, for example, bit by bit, piece by piece, so be it. As long as the game can release smooth and playable, it's not a problem whatsoever with me. But I can't help but be a bit worried still about what we're playing here. And I would love the confirmation, but even further, over on Twitter, Mark Rubin was responding to a tweet that further worries me about this playtest. Rich said, "Are there adjustments to hit reg and latency compared to the last PC session? I know it is continuous work on fine-tuning those, but I'm curious if we can expect server improvements. And Mark Rubin said yes, so would love to hear your feedback. And guys, this is all revolved around the public playtest that we were able to play the other day. So, as much as I would want to say that these are public playtest servers, they're completely different from the main game. Reading what Mark Rubin just said there kind of further, confirms that maybe it's not. He's claiming that these servers are supposed to be improved, from what we played before. When it comes to hit reg, latency, all of the above, this is supposed to be an improved version. And if that's the case, it just simply is not, and it worries me. It really does. I'm hoping, again, fingers crossed, I'm really hoping that this is not the case, and maybe they'll communicate a bit more later on, because they haven't said too much during this playtest. They might have said something a day after, because obviously I make my videos the day before. I'm recording this on the 28th. It's a little after 6 p.m. right now. So, he could come out a bit later and say something, but as of right now, it's kind of just silence across the board. Not too many people are saying anything. And for me personally, that silence is a little strange, because I'm very used to having a lot of the developers come out and be very active when these playtests go live. And to see not too much being talked about, I don't know. Like I said, further confirmation from the developers would be fantastic to know what we're getting into here. I think they did, but again, I guess I just simply don't really understand. But from where I stand right now, it seems that these servers are supposed to be improved versioned servers of what we had before, but we are playing in, a playtest build of the game that is going to be its own little thing. So when they do add stuff, like I said earlier, this is where we'll test out that content, and then they'll port it into the real game afterwards. But, regardless if the servers are the same or not, to say that these servers are supposed to be improved, that's how I'm going to go ahead and judge them. That's how I'm going to go ahead and rank them. And clearly, he's asking for feedback, so I'm not going to be a douche about it, and I hope nobody else is a douche about it. Please, leave your feedback. If you didn't like it, say what you didn't like, and if you enjoyed it, say what you like. But please, be respectful about all the stuff that you put together here and, give to these developers, because we need the communication still. We don't want them to, pull back and just say, screw the community. No, we want to make sure that they understand, that we don't want to fight. We just want a good game as well. And from what I'm playing right here, if these are supposed to be improved, it's not that good whatsoever. It feels a lot worse than what we played before, and I'm hoping that this can get ironed out a little bit more before we launch. It's weird because, again, every single playtest was better and better, but this one just kind of fell a little bit. Now, there was a little new content to keep you interested. They added in a new AR, the MDR, I think is what it's called. It's like a little mix of an AR SMG styled weaponry, It's meant for close quartered engagements to compete with SMG players, and it does its job perfectly in my personal opinion. It's one of my new favorite ARs in the game, and I will give them that. I love the gunplay in this title. All the guns across the board, I love using them. It's not really a weapon that I despise, a weapon that I think is useless. They all have their own vibes, their own, moments, their own maps, their own game modes, their own play styles. And I really respect that about this game, because that's hard to do. It's hard to accomplish. Usually there's a set meta across the board. So, obviously a round of applause for that. It's great to see, but that's about it when it comes to this playtest. It wasn't really much. Overall, if you missed out on the play session the other day because either you're on, console, or you didn't have time, maybe you're at class or at work, or you're spending time with your family. If you didn't have time, don't worry, you didn't miss out on too much. I think this was just a test to see how these servers are going for this specific, version of the game. And that's about it. There was a handful of hours. It was for one day, and they're going to be going ahead and closing it on up. So I don't really think you missed out on too much. Don't get stressed out or mad or sad that you didn't get to play this one. Honestly, it's just testing. And that's what I was, expecting when I went into this. I didn't expect to be, diving deep and getting my Xdefiant fix, even though I really did. I'll be honest. I got my Xdefiant fix played. I missed this game so much. Even with the horrifying servers, it was still so much fun to hop back into it. I really do enjoy playing this, especially with friends. But the whole goal for anybody who wanted to go ahead and hop into this experience here wasn't to enjoy it. It was to test it, give feedback, help, fill out the survey, and just, improve. That's it. We weren't here to enjoy the game. We were here to help the game. That is all. So I went in with that mindset, and that's great. If you were looking to go in with the mindset that you could finally play the game, you would probably get pretty salty because it wasn't the smoothest experience. So let's just hope the developers can take the feedback, improve upon the game, the servers, hit detection, and we can get a really solid launch. That's all I could ever ask for, and I'm going to be a very happy camper. Of course, we're going to, cover Modern Warfare 3. We'll discuss it. We'll review it, all that good stuff. But man, For once, I finally have a really good competitor for my time when it comes to enjoying a arcade type FPS game. And I'm just really excited to put that time into Xdefiant. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, leave a like if you enjoyed today's video. Leave a dislike if you hated it. Don't forget, subscribe, hit that bell. We post daily videos here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. Anything between Call of Duty to Xdefiant, commentaries, live gameplays, comparisons, all of the above. And last but not least, we will be live today over on Twitch playing GTA at around 12:30 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys want to check that out, I have a link to that channel along with all my other socials down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.